Since the dawn of human civilization, our ancestors have understood something that modern science is only beginning to rediscover. The mind is a powerful force, and reality responds to intention. Across ancient cultures, Egyptian, Vedic, Mayan, Tibetan, and African, there were sacred practices designed not just to survive, but to thrive. These weren't just rituals or superstitions. They were tools to align the human spirit with the forces of the universe. Today, we call it the law of attraction. But in ancient times, it was known by many names: prana, chi, mana, divine will, cosmic flow. They didn't call it manifestation, but that's exactly what they were doing, creating reality with precision by mastering their inner state. So why do these techniques still matter today? Because they work, and not just because they sound spiritual, but because they align your energy with the fundamental laws of the universe. One of the oldest and most powerful manifestation tools is visualization through sacred symbols. Ancient Egyptians used hieroglyphs not just for communication, but as energetic activators. These symbols encoded intentions: health, wealth, love, and when meditated upon, they activated neural and spiritual pathways that reinforced the desired outcome. In other words, they didn't just write what they wanted, they became what they envisioned. In Vedic traditions, mantras were used to tune into divine frequencies. Repeating specific words or sounds wasn't just prayer, it was a deliberate practice to reshape energy. When you chant Om Shrim Maha Lakshmiye Namaha, you're not just hoping for abundance. You are entering the vibrational field of wealth itself. These traditions understood something crucial. Manifestation starts with frequency, and your frequency is shaped by your thoughts, emotions, and daily habits. If your internal state is misaligned, if you carry doubt, fear, or scarcity, then no technique will work fully. But if you align your inner world with ancient wisdom, the outer world responds. Another sacred technique passed down through the ages is breathwork, the art of consciously controlling your breath to shift your state of being. In ancient yogic traditions, this was called pranayama, which literally means life force expansion. They believed that breath was the bridge between the physical and the spiritual, between the seen and unseen. When you breathe deeply, rhythmically, and with awareness, you're not just oxygenating your body, you are calming your nervous system, slowing down the mind, and tuning your body to a higher frequency. In this relaxed, coherent state, you become a better receiver for the manifestations you desire. In ancient African spiritual systems, dance and rhythm were tools of alignment. Movement wasn't just for celebration, it was for activating energy, centers in the body, creating trance states, and aligning with ancestral wisdom. When you move your body to the beat of a drum, when you surrender to flow, you dissolve the ego and awaken the intuitive self, the part of you that knows how to create without force. From the ancient Hawaiian practice of Ho'oponopono, we learn the power of forgiveness and clearing emotional energy. The words, "I'm sorry," "Please forgive me," "Thank you," "I love you," may seem simple, but they hold profound energetic power. When spoken with sincerity, they release resentment, heal the heart, and open space for new manifestations to enter. What all these ancient practices have in common is this: they emphasize being overdoing. They remind us that manifestation is less about chasing outcomes and more about becoming a clear channel for what we desire. We don't manifest from our effort, we manifest from our alignment. And ancient cultures mastered this because their entire way of life was rooted in connection with nature, with spirit, and with self. They didn't compartmentalize spirituality from daily life. Every action, every word, every breath carried intention, and in that sacred intentionality, they became creators, not just of material wealth, but of harmony, joy, and peace. One of the most profound ancient teachings comes from Hermetic philosophy, rooted in ancient Egypt and Greece. One of its core principles is, as within, so without, as above, so below. This simple phrase holds the secret to all manifestation. Your outer world is a mirror of your inner world. If you want to change your reality, you must start within. The Hermetic masters believed that the mind is all, that everything begins as a thought, and thought is the first stage of creation. From ancient China, the practice of Qigong teaches us to cultivate our qi, our internal energy, through mindful movement, breath, and intention. Qigong isn't about doing more, but about feeling more, tuning in, and directing energy consciously. When your qi is strong and balanced, you become magnetic to what aligns with your frequency. Ancient civilizations also used symbols and sacred geometry as tools of manifestation. They understood that the universe is built on energetic patterns, and by meditating on certain symbols, such as the flower of life or the Sri Yantra, they could align themselves with divine order and harmony. These were not just designs, they were maps to higher states of consciousness. And from the mystical traditions of the East, like those in Tibet and India, came the use of mantras, sacred sounds repeated over and over to create vibrational shifts in the body and mind. A mantra like Om Mani Padme Hum isn't just poetry, it's a vibrational key. With repetition, it restructures your energy field, clears mental clutter, and tunes you into the frequency of compassion, clarity, and creation. The ancients didn't rely on luck. They aligned with universal laws. They understood that manifestation isn't random. It's a precise energetic science. And when practiced with awareness, it brings not only results, but deep transformation. So today, in our modern world of distractions and noise, these ancient techniques offer something vital, a return to stillness, to presence, to power. They remind us that we are not separate from the universe. We are co-creators of it. And when we remember that, we don't just manifest, we embody magic. Now that you've uncovered the ancient roots of manifestation, the sacred breath, the focused mind, the vibrational resonance, it's time to bring it into your daily life. These aren't just mystical practices locked away in temples or scrolls, they're living tools, still available to you right now. The question is, will you apply them? Take a moment every morning to sit in silence. Breathe deeply. Feel your intention vibrate through your body. Speak a mantra that lifts your energy. Visualize your desire, not as something distant, but as something already unfolding. Walk through your day as if the universe is conspiring in your favor, because it is. Remember, ancient wisdom wasn't meant to be admired. It was meant to be lived. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to show up to the present moment with intention. That's where your power lives. That's where transformation begins. So, start today, even if it's just 5 minutes. Reconnect with your breath. Speak your truth. Visualize with purpose. Align your actions. And above all, trust that what you seek is also seeking you. Your ancestors knew this. The sages knew this. And deep down, you know this too. Now it's your turn to remember who you are, a creator, a channel, a spark of divine intelligence capable of shaping reality with thought, feeling, and action. And if this message awakened something in you, share it. Someone out there needs this reminder too. Let's bring ancient wisdom back to life and awaken a new world of conscious creators. If this resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell, so you never miss a moment of inspiration, alignment, and awakening. Diwa, ancient ways were never lost. They were just waiting for you to remember. And now, you have.